Jonah. Now there is a word of Yahweh to Jonah, son of Amittai, saying, Rise, go to Nineveh, the great city, and proclaim against it. Their wickedness has come up before me. And Jonah rises to flee to Tarshish from the face of Yahweh, and goes down to Joppa, and finds a ship going to Tarshish, and he gives it fare, and goes down into it to go with them to Tarshish for the face of Yahweh. And Yahweh has cast a great wind on the sea, and there is a great storm, and the ship has reckoned to be broken, and the mariners are afraid, and they cry to his God, and cast the goods that are in the ship into the sea, and to make it light of them. And Jonah has gone down to the side of the vessel, and he lies down and is fast asleep. And the chief of the company draws near to him and says to him, What are you doing, O sleeper? Rise, call to your God. It may be God consider himself of us, and we do not perish. And they say to his neighbor, Come and we cast lots. We know on whose account this evil is on us. And they cast lots, and the lots fall on Jonah. And they say to him, Now declare to us on the account is the evil on us. What is your occupation, and where do you come from? Where is your country, seeing you are not of this people? And he says to them, I am a Hebrew, and I fear Yahweh, God of heavens, who made the sea and the dry land. And the men fear a great fear, and say to him, What is this you have done? For the men have known that he is fleeing from the face of Yahweh, for he has told them. And they say to him, What do we do? What do we do to you, that the sea may cease from us? For the sea is more and more turbulent. And he says to them, Lift me up and cast me into the sea, and the sea ceases from you. For I know that on my account this great storm is on you. And the men row to turn back to dry land, and are not able, for the sea is more and more turbulent against them. And they cry to Yahweh and say, Now, O Yahweh, please do not let us perish for this man's life, and do not lay the innocent blood on us. For you, Yahweh, as you have pleased, you have done. And they lift up Jonah and cast him into the sea, and the sea ceases from its raging. And the men fear Yahweh with a great fear, and a sacrifice to Yahweh, and vows. And Yahweh appoints a great fish to swallow up Jonah, and Jonah is in the bowels of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. And Jonah prays to God, Yahweh, from the bowels of the fish, and he says, I call because of my distress to Yahweh, and he answers me. From the belly of Sheol I have cried. You have heard my voice when you cast me into the deep, into the heart of the seas. Then the floods surrounded me, and your breakers and your billows have passed over me. And I said, I have been cast out from before your eyes. Yet I added to look to your holy temple. Waters have surrounded me to the soul. Yet I have added to look to your holy temple. Waters have surrounded me to the soul. The deep surrounds me. The weed is bound to my head. To the cunning of mountains I have come down. The earth, her bars are behind me for all time. And you bring my life up from the pit of Yahweh my God, in the feebleness of my soul within me. I remembered Yahweh and my prayers come to you into your holy temple. These observing lies, vanities, forsake their own mercy, and those observing lies, vanities, forsake their own mercy, and I, with a voice of thanksgiving, I sacrifice to you that which I have vowed. I complete salvation is of Yahweh, and Yahweh speaks to the fish, and it vomits Jonah out of the dry land. And there is a word of Yahweh to Jonah a second time, saying, Rise and go to Nineveh, the great city, and to proclaim to the proclamation that I am speaking to you. And Jonah rises, and he goes to Nineveh according to the word of Yahweh. And Nineveh has been a great city before God, a journey of 3 days. And Jonah begins to go into the city, and journey of 1 day, and proclaims, saying, Yet 40 days, and Nineveh is overturned. And the men of Nineveh believe in God, and proclaim a fast, and put on sackcloth from their greatest even to their least, seeing that the word comes to the good king of Nineveh. And he rises from his throne, and removes his honorable robe from off of him, and spreads out sackcloth, and sits on ashes. And he cries and says to Nineveh, by a declare of the king and his great ones, saying, Man and beast, herd and flock, do not let them taste anything. Do not let them feed. Do not let them drink water. And let man and beast cover themselves with sackcloth. And let us call to God mightily. and let them to each turn back from this evil way, from the violence that is in their hands. Who knows? He turns back, and God has relented, and he has turned back from the heat of his anger, and we do not perish, and God ceases their works. They have turned back from the evil way, and God relents of the evil that he has spoke of doing to them, and he has not done it. And it is grievous to Jonah, a great evil, and he is despised at it, and he prays to Yahweh, and he says, now, O Yahweh, is this not my word? Well, I was in my own land, therefore I was beforehand going to flee to Tarshish, that I have known that you are God, gracious and merciful, slow to anger, abundant in kindness, and relenting of evil. And now, O Yahweh, please take my soul from me, for better is my death than my life. And Yahweh says, is doing good, displeasing to you. And Jonah goes forth from the city and sits on the east of the city, and makes a shelter for himself there, and sits under its shade, and he sees what is the city. And Yahweh God appoints a gourd, and causes to come up over Jonah, to make shade over his head, to give deliverance to him from his affliction. And Jonah rejoices because of the gourd with great joy. And God appoints a worm at the going up of the dawn on the next day, and it strikes the gourd, and it dries up. And it comes to pass about the rising of the sun that God appoints a cutting east wind, and the sun strikes on the head of Jonah, and he wraps himself up and asks for his soul to die, and says, better is my death than my life. And God says to Jonah, you have had pity on the gourd for which you did not labor, nor did you nourish it when it came up as the son of night, or perished at the son of night. And I have pity on Nineveh, the great city in which there are more than 120,000 of mankind, who have not known between their right hand and their left, and much livestock.